Hello and welcome to all you Sagittarians. Welcome for your monthly, no, not monthly. These are yearly horoscope. And you are one of those signs who like to do that, don't you? Who wants to see the bigger picture of a whole year. What's it gonna be for you Sagittarians? Well, I've got some good news. Finally, I've got some good news. Now, last year in 2016, for a lot of Sagittarians, it was quite tough. Why? Because you had not only Saturn in your sign, which continues this year, by the way, but you had Neptune squaring up to it, and you had then at a certain time your ruler Jupiter also getting in the picture. So there was a lot of insecurities last year. This year it's totally different. As I said, Saturn is still in your sign, and especially for the ones who've got planets around 20 up until the end of Sagittarius. So that would be the Sagittarians who have a birthday, let's see, around the 12th. The 11th, the 12th, up until the 21st of December. So, but again, of course, you will still feel Saturn in your sign, in your first house, which is absolutely not a bad thing. I mean, I prefer Saturn in the first towards Saturn in the 12th, because then it's all the cleaning up that you need to do. Saturn in your first house means that you can start with restructuring the situation. And again, a lot of Sagittarians have accomplished that maturity level. Not that they weren't mature before, but even more mature. And the beauty of 2017 is now for once a very beautiful aspect between two gigantic planets, which is Saturn and Uranus. And especially the fire signs, Leo, you are also a fire sign, and Aries are benefiting from it. So you are one of the three that is going to have beautiful trines going on in your fire houses, which is fantastic, which is good. So again, for those who are having a Saturn transit on their sun, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, because that same Saturn is trining Uranus in your fifth house. So that is a bit, it's helping you. It's helping you, because when we have trine energy, it means that there is a compensation. There is two planets working together, even though Saturn is about the old and Uranus is about the new. But it's working together very well. And I talked about it last month for the monthly horoscopes for December as well, because it started then, this aspect. And you're going to feel it a lot in May and in November. But it's like throughout the whole year that these two are working together. And that's really nice, because people who feel that they have to construct themselves, they have to put boundaries in their life to have that integrity, which is all about Saturn in your first house. It's beautifully trining with Uranus in your fifth, which is actually fantastic, because Uranus in the fifth is very fun. It's fun, and it's not only fun, it's your house of self-expression, it's your house of romance, it's your house of children, it's your house of where your heart is. So there are new things coming up for Sagittarians, notwithstanding the fact that they are very much with the feet on the ground and very realistic. So that makes the Sagittarian in 2017 extremely powerful, because you don't only have the view, which normally you always have, you now also have the capacity to make it happen. With Saturn there in your sign, you can have an idea of, yeah, I'm going to write a book. But if you're not really working on it, it's not going to happen. Now, in this year, you have both the energies of this strong Saturn that makes it happen, that works hard, that has a discipline, that know what the responsibilities are, which is not always easy for Sagittarians, because Sagittarians, they like to have, easygoing kind of energy. But now with Saturn, it's impossible. I mean, if you want something, you need to work for it. And at the same time, it's like your love life, your relationship with children, your heart opens up. For those of you who are looking for love, it's really interesting. Why? Because we have a Venus retrograde. I'm not going to talk about the Mercury retrogrades. They're all in earth signs, there is one that is significant for you, and it's the one in December because it's in your sign. So there is in December, at the very end of the year, that you're going to think about how to present yourself maybe in a different way, especially when it comes to how you work, how you talk to others. But that's only a minor detail there. Venus going retrograde. Mars is not going retrograde, so that's good. But Venus goes retrograde in Aries again, in that same open house there, in the 5th house of your self-expression. And this is good because when Venus goes retrograde, it's like we re-evaluate our value system. And for you, this would be maybe in love. Maybe there's a new person. There's someone coming from the past again. Could be the case as well. And don't think, oh no. It could be a nice, a nice encountering again. And all of a sudden, and that it's quite pleasurable because it stays Venus in the 5th. It's quite pleasurable. Or it could be a hobby that you start all over again. It's especially between March and June, this energy that I describe now. When you want to start a relationship, they always say don't do that with a Venus retrograde. It simply says that you're going to think twice and you're going to take it slow. If you're doing that in new relationships, it's not bad at all. Take it slow, take your time. Maybe there is some things that you need to know about this person, but this person will surely change your view upon life when it comes to values, what you value and what you don't value. Because this Venus and Uranus, they're in your 5th house, it connects also with your ruler Jupiter in the 11th house. So it could be through friends. So if you're single, go out with friends, or a friend could become a bit more than, and that could be the retrograde, you know, the standing still and you pausing a little bit, but that's not a bad thing at all. Go with the flow, which is typical for you Sagittarians. And it also touches Pluto in your 2nd house, so this is all about your self-worth as well, and the transformation that could happen by meeting someone. So when it's not love, it can mean that you re-find your enjoyment. That maybe last year was such a hard year of working hard, that now you find again a certain passion because Venus in Aries is quite passionate, and that's good. That's pretty good. Jupiter, your ruler, stays, as I said, in Libra, but on the 11th of October it goes into Scorpio. So it goes from your 11th to your 12th house. Again, Jupiter in the 11th, you being in that 11th house is fantastic for new ideas. So let it be a year where some new ideas enter your reality world. And take your time for, because again, I've said it millions of times for Sagittarians, if they don't have a dream for long term, they feel like they don't exist. And this is not about not living in the now. On the contrary, they enjoy the now way more when they know that they still have hope in the future and some plans. So a good year for making plans that maybe a couple of years later only will result into reality. It doesn't matter. Make your plans. If you're, for instance, planning for moving to another country within a couple of years because of your work or whatever, start learning the language. For instance, so something that is quite hopeful and that is something that you want to do that may be related to your self-expression, may be related to love, may be related to a project, and that you're already starting now to make that happen. So yes, and the eclipses are also falling in Leo, which is your 9th house, and in the 3rd house. So the eclipses for you in February and August mainly are falling in the thinking houses, which is not so drastic, but which indicates that your opinion making, your the way that your perspective, so to speak, might have a drastic change this year. And because of that, you change your values about what you love in life. So, all in all, a way more, again, this is general horoscope, but a way more easy year normally for in general for Sagittarians in last year. A year where when it comes to work, you can earn more because of Saturn there trining that Uranus in your 5th house, because of when you do a lot of self-expression, a lot of authenticity that can really help you with your work. When it comes to relationships and friends, it's fantastic. It's a good year to elaborate that, to open that network. It's a very social year with Jupiter in your 11th house. And when it comes to relationships, it's not bad either. It's not bad either. And your ruler trines Neptune in December. So it could be a new romance, if you're open for that, of course. With Neptune in your 4th house, Jupiter in your 12th house, it could be a very compassionate, emotional stability that you are gaining. It doesn't necessarily have to be about relationships, but you feeling good about yourself, basically, emotionally stable. That's nice. So, so of course, there will always be problems. I mean, let's face it, that's life. But it's a nicer energy for the Sagittarians than last year. It doesn't always have to be extremely difficult, is it? Does it? So again, enjoy the year, you Sagittarians. Make those plans for the future. And in the meanwhile, enjoy life. That's in a nutshell what I wanted to say. Thank you for watching. Bye.